Hi guys, it's Kate, Zencat Vintage, and today we are at the Second Chances Animal Rescue Thrift Store in Sidney, BC. I'm a huge fan of this organization. As an animal lover, they actually helped me rehome some feral cats that I was caring for at one point. So while this store has more of like a curated, maybe slightly higher priced format, there are still some great deals here, but it's also just an incredible organization to support. I believe like pretty much all of the proceeds from the store go to their animal rescue work. So it's it's a great little shop. So the first things I sort of paused to mull over were these two broken glass pieces. They're like that stacked broken glass look. One was like a candle holder, the other one was a little oil lamp. There are some makers that make that style of piece that are worth picking up. Those ones were just more generic though. This little cat was cute, but he had some glue on the back. And then I completely passed over this piece right here, made by Guien, a French company. It's a butter pat, and it probably would have been used on an Air France flight. That is the Air France logo, the old Air France logo from like I think they phased that logo out in like 1976 or something. So that would have been worth picking up maybe for $1. Probably could have resold it for about 10 to 12. Then here we have another one of those Elizabeth Arden pomanders. That one was the Byzantium. And then this guy here, I knew right away he wasn't like a Leo Ward Bluebird of Happiness because he didn't have that base. I think it was probably Swedish glass. It was a really pretty green color, but I wasn't totally sure on who the maker was. And for $6, wasn't totally sure of resale value, no signature or sticker, so I did leave that behind. And this was a sweet little, like a prosperity tree, except instead of gemstones, it was made with like clay and little shell pieces for the leaves, or for the flowers rather. They also had a really nice little selection of crystal and pieces like that. This was sort of a random shelf. This caught my eye simply because I thought it was probably an Avon bottle, and I've never actually seen that one before. It is an Avon bottle. A whole bunch of collector spoons there, and they're sort of like toiletries and bath stuff. But this little vase caught my eye. It's pretty dirty here in this picture, or in the video here, but it has a really nice purple color to it with this like gold splatter all over. Then here, this is sort of their featured items. This is their more choice items. That's a cool USSR porcelain figurine. That's I believe it's a Hungarian porcelain cat. There's some Royal Doulton ladies there. They really do get some incredible donations at this store, and while they do price some of the items up from a resale perspective, there really are some great pieces to be found here. Some really beautiful little collectibles, trinkets, and again, there definitely are prices that you could work with as a reseller. I was just really enjoying browsing through this cabinet, looking at all the different things. There was everything from like gemstones to painted rocks to collectible porcelain and coins, cameras. It was a great display. And then this piece here, the Stevens Comfort bottle, caught my eye because I've never seen one before. It's actually a foot warmer. So you would have filled it with hot water and then put it in your bed back in the day to warm your feet and warm your bed. They were considered like a safer alternative to those old school like copper ones. So that was kind of cool. I've never seen one of those before. Here was a collection of really beautiful teacups and saucers. They were all priced around $5 a piece. And this little elephant perfume bottle really caught my eye. I did actually look at that. I was thinking of getting it for my mom. And then this was a nice little service, really beautiful pattern on it by Schmid. Wasn't really familiar with them, but I really thought the pattern was beautiful. Those blue and white pieces there are made by Sky McGee, I believe. And these sweet little dogs, I really wanted to get them. the collector in me was really coming through there, and I really wanted to get the little Occupied Japan dog figurines. But I was disciplined this time, and I did leave those behind for someone else that will actually enjoy them and not pack them away. So I am a huge fan of vintage cookery stuff. I love old recipe books, and I have had these recipe boxes quite a few times before. This one was really melted on the front, which was unfortunate, though I honestly probably should have picked it up just for the recipe cards. I've sold all of the ones I've ever had before and have regretted every single one. And this one I didn't buy because the box was melted, but so it goes. These adorable cat prints they're done by a Canadian artist. I believe her name was Sheila Duffett. I'm a cat mom. I have 3 cats, so I obviously had to get those. Now these caught my eye because at first they kind of had a little bit of like a Port Marion or a Royal Worcester look to them. They weren't, and they were actually pretty heavily worn inside. But this mug I absolutely love. The pattern on it and the colors are so funky, very 80s, I think. It's made by Kilncraft. This is their mugs and different housewares. There were some really good deals to be had in this section. This was a Studio Pottery creamer jug. Was signed, though I couldn't find anything about the artist. It was only priced at $2, and that's a shrimp on the side of it. That's so cool, but that part of me that has a really hard time selling studio pottery decided to just put it back and leave it, and I kicked myself for that. And then here is the huge mistake that I made. So this is Rose Chintz by Johnson Brothers. There were some matching teacups back in that other display cabinet. This set resells for quite a bit of money, and I kind of had the vibe that this was something I should pick up. I kept filming, and then I completely forgot to go back for it. Normally I will double back and go through the store again. I completely forgot to go back and grab that. So I left that there, and that probably with the 2 pieces could have been, I don't know, $80 to maybe $100 Canadian. That was definitely a boneheaded duh moment. So we all do it, guys. And then as we wrapped up, we just had a quick look through the jewelry displays. There were some really nice pieces. I did pick a couple up, so stay tuned and enjoy the haul. Thanks, guys.